pastors' wives. So, as promised, I'm going to just give you a snippet of what I wrote, a part that I wrote in the new book, You Are the Fragrance, that is designed for senior pastors' wives. So, as promised, I want to read this to you, and it may be loud in the background because we're on spring break, and I don't want my children to be too loud, but I do want to read this to you. So, there's a part in there that I say, before you were the pastor's wife, you were still chosen by God to be used by Him. Maybe you were that child in the family that did not fit in, that friend that everyone looked up to, or that person that everyone wanted to be around. Before being a pastor's wife, you may have been that person that people felt safe telling their darkest secrets to. If you could just look back for a moment, there was evidence that showed you that you were different from those around you. While being a young adult, I would go to the clubs with my cousins, and they would tell me how I was a fun person to party with, but they would also tell me that I did not fit in because I didn't belong there. This confused me because if I was fun to party with, why didn't I fit in? What did they mean by those statements? There was something that they saw in me that I did not see in myself. And just like you, someone saw something different about you, but they could not put their finger on it. You were created not to fit in, but to stand out, because you were designed to be on the front line, to lead out. And it is by design that your experience have prepared you for the path that you will eventually take. Listen. Maybe you were rejected, unloved, unwanted, mistreated, lied about, or someone tried to destroy your name and your character, which is like what most pastor wives experience. And what you have experienced lets you know that, sis, you were designed for this. You may ask yourself the question, Lord, why me? Why now? In the scripture, John 15:16, we did not choose God, but God chose us to be the woman to lead out in our ministry. We may not understand God's plan and why God chose you to be the pastor's wife, but we must know that He is the divine creator of the universe and the sovereign ruler over heaven and earth. He knows His plans for our lives. He is the one who rescued us from sin. And when He did that, immediately we became slaves to Him. I know, sis, that's a hard pill to swallow. But if we as the pastor's wives realize how we were slaves to the enemy, we can then realize how we must become slaves to Christ, especially as a senior pastor's wife. In other words, He has saved us from sin. And in that way, we became slaves who now serve Him out of love and gratitude by staying connected to Him. The only way we can stay connected to God is if we learn the importance of being obedient to His voice and to His plans for our lives. So why did God choose you to be the woman that married a man after God's own heart? Because He chose you to marry that pastor. You did not choose him. Even if he was not the pastor of a church when you married him, God knew that together you and your husband were going to be a team. Let me stop before I get ahead of myself. We will talk more about marriage later. Ladies, I can't wait till you read this book. That's just a snippet. I can't wait till you read it. I just wanted to share, as promised, a snippet of the book. Get the book today. You Are the Fragrance, the Pastor's Wife Guide, where you're learning how to stay connected to God, stay connected to your marriage, and stay connected to ministry. Stay blessed in all that you do. Bye-bye.